This is Eurovision Song Contest, the board game. This game is appropriate for players of 12 years and older. You can play the game with 2 to 6 players and it takes about 45 minutes. Summary of the game. The Eurovision Song Contest is about to begin, so it's time to get your act together. Travel along the music score, answer the questions correctly, and piece together your performance to score as many points as possible. The players try to earn as many points as possible by collecting theme cards and completing their entry. The player whose country has the highest number of points wins the Eurovision Song Contest. Game components. This game contains 1 game board, 449 quiz questions, 1 dice, 6 pawns, 24 final cards, 25 country chips, 12 song cards, 12 costume cards, 12 stage cards, and 12 instrument cards. Preparation. Place the game board in the middle between the players. Make 4 stacks of theme cards: song, costume, stage and instrument, and place them on the table face down. The top 3 cards of each stack are placed face up on the table. Shuffle the question cards and place them on the table. The side with the English questions face down. All questions have a number of stars indicating their difficulty level. 1 star is easy, 2 stars is intermediate, and 3 stars is challenging. You can play with a mix of questions or choose to stick to 1 difficulty level. Each player represents 2 countries. These countries can be chosen freely from the selection of flag chips. Each player also chooses a pawn and places it on any musical note on the game board. The game begins. The youngest player begins. The players move along the white lines via the musical notes on the game board using a dice, in clockwise direction. Players may not move backwards. As soon as a player lands on a musical note, another player draws a card from the question deck and reads it out loud. If the player gives a wrong answer, the turn immediately passes to the next player. If the player gives the right answer, they may choose one of the 3 theme cards. The cards that a player may choose from depends on the musical note that the player's pawn is standing on. The color of the note corresponds to the color of one of the 4 themes. If there are fewer than 3 cards open on the table for any theme, the player takes a new card from the relevant deck and places it face up on the table. The theme card obtained is placed next to one of the player's 2 countries. The players attempt to collect a full entry for both of their countries. A complete entry consists of 1 song card, 1 costume card, 1 instrument card, and 1 stage card. Switching cards between countries is not permitted, and each country may only have 1 theme card of each kind. Theme cards. Each card has a fixed number of jury points. Each card also has an icon, which can be used to win extra points. As soon as a combo can be made by having 2 or more of the same icons on different theme cards, the player earns extra points. Attention! When an entry is complete, the player must choose for which icon they wish to earn extra points. It's not possible to earn extra points for the same country twice. At 2 times the same icon, you get 5 extra points. At 3 times the same icon, you get 10 extra points. And at 4 times the same icon, you can get 20 extra points. If a player lands on a note corresponding to a theme for which he already has a theme card for both countries, the player may choose to trade one of their theme cards for one of the 3 cards on the table. This is only permitted if the player answers the question correctly. Final. The final begins when one player has completed their entries for both of their countries and all other players have at least one complete entry. The first player to complete both entries waits until the other players have all completed one entry. The player may continue to play in order to get more jury points or to make better combinations for extra points. All players place the pawns on the circle of the same color in the center of the game board. Collect the final cards and shuffle them. Place the deck on the table, face down. Now take the top card from the deck. Each final card contains information that a player can use to win extra points. For each card, the player checks which player is eligible for the points from that card. It's possible for 2 or more players to qualify for the points. In that case, they must roll the dice for the points, unless the other player or players refuse the points. The player who rolls the highest number wins the points. Best means that one player has got the highest number of points on one specific icon. Highest means that one player has got the highest number of jury points for a theme card. And lowest means that one player has got the lowest number of jury points for a theme card. The player who qualifies for the points may choose to accept the points and place the card next to the relevant country. Each country may win points not more than 3 times. Players may also refuse the points. After receiving or laying aside the final card, the next card is taken from the deck, and so on. End of the game. The first player who have earned 3 final cards for both countries ends the final. Add up the final points for each country, its jury points and its combo points. The player whose country has earned the highest number of points in total wins the Eurovision Song Contest.